joining us now is an absolute icon in the world, an icon living, he could say. Last time he was on, our power went out in the middle of the interview for the entire building out of nowhere because he was so goddamn electric. Obviously, he's a screenwriter, he's a producer, he's executive producer, he's an actor, he's a musician, he's a legend, he's the founder of the Big 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Ice Cube.
Yo, what up, Pat? How y'all feeling, man?
Cube, fucking so sorry about the power just going out mid-interview. That is not what we would like to have whenever a legend like yourself is on the show, sir.
It's all good. You know, it happens. You know what I mean? We electric like that. So.
Got a chance to catch some of the Big 3 this past weekend. Obviously, you're 2 weeks in. How's the season going thus far? Are you guys seeing good upside with all the different platforms? You're on, I believe, Paramount Plus. The Zone has some games. It's basically being seen everywhere. How you feeling going into this 5th season here, sir?
Oh, we feel great. The play has gotten better. You know, our ratings are growing.
Here we go.
We're doing better than a lot of leagues that's been established, you know what I'm saying, MLS, MLB, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool to really be in the game and for people to be checking us out, loving the sport, and picking up on it.
You ever think about branching off and having like a special exhibition where you have people like you? I know Adam Sandler has the movie out with guys that play basketball that are musicians, actors, entertainers, and putting a little tournament on like that.
Celebrity Big 3.
Not really. You know what I mean? Just doing the real league is hard enough. So the celebrity thing, they do a lot of that around All-Star game. You know, we're thinking about doing a celebrity game, doing our All-Star game. So, not a whole league, but maybe a game here and there.
Hey, you just mentioned having good ratings and comparing yourself to MLS and MLB. The MLS just signed for $250 million with Apple. You know that? You obviously know that. $250 fucking million, Cube.
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft, come on, man, come on with it. We already working with them, you know what I'm saying? They ain't cut a check like that. I mean, we could definitely use it. We're a new league. We need all the support we can get to get us over the hump.
Hey, I just got this. I didn't know this was happening. I literally just got sent this. The National Football League, parentheses NFL.
Okay.
That's how it will be referred to going forward. Announced today its partnership with Contract with Black America Institute, CWBA, an economic inclusion-focused initiative led by artist and entrepreneur O'Shea Jackson, also known as Ice Cube. The CWBA and NFL partnership enhances the NFL's dedication to increasing economic equity and partnerships with black-owned businesses. The NFL has spent and allocated over $125 million targeting black-owned businesses over the last year, bolstering its commitment to economic equity. Okay, so first of all, fucking awesome that you're doing that with the NFL. Follow up, do you feel pressure being the guy that the NFL is like, hey, we need to do something? Who's an incredible businessman that can help us kind of touch the culture, the community? Like, that's a big time position for you to be sitting in, for the success and for the NFL to choose to do business. That's a big fucking deal, right? And don't you feel a lot of pressure from out there? And could you have ever expected this when you were taking a baseball bat to a motherfucker's office back when you were getting screwed over, kid?
Well, as far as pressure, no. I feel privileged to be in this position, to be able to initiate something like this. Troy Vincent and Roger Goodell really came at us and said, hey, what can we do in our business to help bridge this wealth gap? And we came up with some great ideas. We connected them with some great businesses that's out there. They injected them into their, chain of contracts and stuff like that. And we want to do more in the future. Of course, we're going to be connecting them with more businesses. We want to connect with the teams too. Right now, it's just really with the main NFL, but we want to connect with all the teams, try to do the same thing, and then connect with other leagues. The NBA should be all over this. We're trying to make sure that, that they are also looking at some people out there that can actually do the jobs that they already have being done, black-owned businesses. So, we're just trying to make sure we can do what we can with the businesses that we know rely a lot on, black customers or black workers or black audience to, pitch in when it comes to the things they need for their business and do some business with some of these companies.
It sounds like that's an actual way to make the world a better place as opposed to, just maybe yelling about stuff. This is actual action. Were you surprised about this? Because I feel like the NFL gets buried a lot for this type of shit. When something happens to a black player or a decision is made, the NFL is immediately buried, right? And I know the NFL has always done a lot of like, we want to make it better, we want to make it better. As this partnership was growing, were you surprised by it? Like, oh shit, we're really doing this and we're really making a change? Or from the beginning of the entire initiation and conversation, it felt like the NFL was going to be on board regardless?
Well, it felt like they were going to be on board, as long as we came with a great plan on how they can do this. Sometimes it's just being, who you're familiar with. They've been working with a lot of companies that they've been familiar with for, 100 years or whatever. And so, to try to inject some new blood into that is, a process. And so they were just full steam ahead on the process. That's why we worked behind the scenes for over a year to make sure that we had some wins, to make sure we had some touchdowns, to make sure that this was in motion and not us just saying what we wanted to do. Yeah, but we're actually doing it every day, and we're going to continue to do it. And we want other leagues, other companies, to jump on board with this kind of thought process on how to, inject some wealth back into the communities that they depend on so much.
What's it been like working with Roger Goodell throughout this whole process? He doesn't speak to the media a whole lot, and a lot of people don't get to interact with him too much. I would assume he's been pretty good with you.
Very cool. We started off just kind of, being cool without doing any business. I met him years ago when he, first took over the NFL. And, I'm a big Raider fan, president of the Raider Nation, if you didn't know that. So I'm always getting on him about, the Tuck rule and this and that. And so, I told him, move the Raiders to L.A. The Chargers are going to get booed out there. So, I've always been, hitting him up and kind of giving him my 2 cents, just as a fan, just as somebody, who loves the NFL and love the product. And so when it was time to actually do something like this, it just made it easier because I already knew Roger. And, when you're sitting at the top and you say, hey, get something done, that doesn't mean it always happens, in a hurry. But, what I saw in Roger and Troy, that they stayed on top of this and made sure it happened. And that's what we needed. We need, the people at the top to push everybody throughout the organization to make something like this happen.
Hey, can you maybe get Goodell a feature on a Mount Westmore track? Going forward?
I don't know. I got to check his bars. You know what I mean? I don't know how. I don't know, he got to have a hot 16 to make it on the track. You know what I'm saying?
Could you imagine Goodell walking out with that fucking peanut M&Ms on that leather chair and just that would be hysterical. I'm very happy to hear this, but as soon as I read this, I did not know this was happening. And as I was reading it, I'm like, this is fucking awesome because everybody kind of gets yelled at for being all talk and no action. And then this actually happening and you saying like, yeah, we're trying to do things first before we make the announcement. Incredibly fucking cool. Cube, you continue to kill fucking everything.
Yeah. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate that, man.
What's next for you, man? What are we doing next? You have movies all over the place. You're running a fucking initiative to save communities. You got Mount Westmore. Obviously, the Big 3's in season 5. Is there anything else that the Ice Cube universe can handle at the moment?
Hey, more touring, making music. And, making sure this league, has a great summer. Like I said, we need support, without a doubt. If you love the Big 3, support the Big 3. And, hey, just continue to look for ways I can, make this world a better place.
Well, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming back. Sorry our power got cut out. Can't wait to chat with you again.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Hey, listen.
Thanks.
You're talking about Hot 16. Hey.
I'm gone, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Appreciate that. Good dude, man. He's always great on the show. He's been very nice to us all the time. I would like to get a sponsorship into the Big 3. CFO Phil, let's figure that thing out.
That'd be awesome.
I would.
Yeah.
It's a sport.
Sustained success. He stayed relevant forever. That's really, really tough to do.
Dude, he writes, he acts, he raps, he creates, he bridges. I mean, that is just, what a fucking mogul that guy is, honestly. And could you have ever imagined? I bet he did. That's why he went in there and said, fuck this guy. You are not, I can do your job better than you, and you're not going to fuck me over. Like, that is, I'm very thankful for him.